Hello, Grace Covenant. Today's Maundy Thursday, and that's why I have my Black Lives Matter t-shirt on. I've worn this t-shirt a lot in the last year. I got it in Memphis when some folks from Grace Covenant and All Souls Cathedral traveled to Memphis for the 50th year commemoration of the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. We saw the hotel. We saw where he was gunned down. And this shirt and the reason I've worn it so much in the last year is because it's a way for me to clothe myself in the truth. And the truth of fierce love. And really that's what Maundy Thursday is all about. If you're following along in the Sanctified Art Devotional, then you have read the beautiful story of Lyle Gwen Garrity and her mom in the hospital room. You've read the powerful writing of Denise Anderson and her discussion of the word commandment, and that Maundy Thursday is really about Jesus speaking to those who loved him about what life needed to look like in community when he was gone, but that they wouldn't be alone. And tonight we gather on Zoom to be together for Maundy Thursday and to remember that love commandment. Now this year at Grace Covenant, we are spending the next 3 days sinking ourselves more deeply into the stations of the cross. So tonight we will have communion to hold that space for us together, but we're also going to spend some time with Jesus's last words. And we're going to listen to how those words reverberate into the present and through history in state-sanctioned violence. And Black Lives Matter is really, it is a reverberation of Jesus's words at the Last Supper about love, about community, and about the kind of love that wants to be so intimate and so close, and to know each other so well and so tenderly that he would wash his disciples' feet. And for a long time, I read all the commentaries about that story being about Jesus taking on the role of servant and the symbolism of it all. But for a long time now since, for me that story has just been more about trust and intimacy and gentleness and tenderness and vulnerability. And if we were all better as a society at honoring each other's vulnerability, the murderous violence that defines Holy Week and the murderous violence that gave rise to a movement that shouts and cries out, Black Lives Matter, the murderous violence that keeps this cycle of death and brokenness and trauma and injustice and denial cycling over and over again. If we were better at honoring each other's vulnerability, then we could break the chains of this bondage that our culture is in. And so on this Maundy Thursday, I invite you to spend some time with the art that Denise Anderson created for this week. of Emmett Till's mom, and it's almost like the opposite of the Pietà, in that Emmett Till is holding his mother, a ghost of Emmett Till. And then the other part of the picture is Emmett Till's mom being held by community in her sorrow, in her wailing, in her just untenable sorrow. And let us all hold each other in these next few days as we as a community come together to hear this story 3 times. Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and then on Holy Saturday you have your own resources to do that in your own way. But my prayer for us is attentiveness, is compassion, and also wisdom, to remember that this story and the life of our faith as people who follow Jesus is defined by fierce love. The love that has the courage to be tender, to wash another's feet, to say, I love you and I'll never not be with you, in the face of a society that said, we don't want you here anymore. Those are hard words for us to hear and sit with. And I'm grateful for a community to hold this difficult space. And I hope I'll see you tonight on Zoom at 6:30. Blessings, Grace Covenant.